How would you feel if I told you that you needed to learn how to be a better thief or liar? How would you feel if I told you you should be a spousal abuser? Do any of these sound like good things to you? I pretty much promise you they do not sound like good things to me, and they're not something that I'm going to try and do. I wanted to talk today about the idea of not emulating them on the Daily Summation from Kurt's Religion and Politics. I'm your host. I'm Kurt, and today is Thursday, the 28th of October of 2021. Thank you for everyone who's here on Rumble, on the podcast, and on YouTube. Remember, Rumble is my preferred platform. It's where I would prefer that you pay attention to me. Today we're going to talk on the subject of not emulating them. That's what we're going to talk on. I'm going to go ahead and go through my notes real quick to give you some idea pretty much where I stand. One thing I somewhat disagree with one of the fellows with whom I largely agree, Mr. Dan Bongino, is the idea of emulating folks who I cannot begin to support. That's particularly true when folks are expecting me to follow their lead, come to things upon which we substantially disagree. So when Mr. Bongino talks about doing just that where liberals and most particularly socialists are concerned, you can count on my being unwilling. The fact is, there are many reasons I tend to align with conservative values. One of the most important is a tendency towards decency and proper behavior. I get the idea that these folks are, quote, defeating us by what they're doing. You'll forgive me if I don't believe if it's a result of their incorrect and often downright evil ways of doing business. The fact is, conservatives make it their business to mind their own business. Sadly, that often means taking an attitude of all but retirement where others are concerned. This is what we must defeat. We have to unabashedly talk about the benefits of being conservative. It's not time to emulate people we can't begin to respect. It's time to come back to a place in the public square. We need to work to get our message out. How is conservatism superior? Why should people be as we are? This is what I've been trying to do from the very beginning. And I'm not blowing my own horn here. Rather, I'm telling you that I'm working to embody what I believe is going to put conservatives back on the map. The other piece of this puzzle, we need to continue the process that we've recently begun. We need to work to have a strong presence in the various institutions that raise up our children. That means schools, daycares, libraries, and other such places. Let me stop you right now if you think what I should do is emulate folks I have a hard enough time respecting. Not going to start emulating the left. That's what I'm going to tell you at this point. I'm not going to start trying to emulate the left. We're not doing it. I'm just not doing it. And you can call them the left. You can call them whatever your little heart desires. But what you need to understand, the very simple thing you need to understand is this. There's a reason that I chose the path in life that I chose. I tried to be a hard worker. I tried to do things that are respectable, responsible, and proper. Now let me be the first to tell you that I fail in that. I fail in that. Everybody fails when they try to achieve or attain difficult things. That's a reality. That doesn't mean you stop trying, and it doesn't mean you work to keep from failing wherever you're able to do so. But it does mean that you're going to do it. That said, I am not going to step into a path where I follow a bunch of people because they seem to be successful in what they're doing, regardless if it means that I end up being a failure for the rest of my natural existence. We're not doing that. It's not happening. I'm not going to become somebody I can't respect in order to, quote, beat people I don't respect. We're not doing that. So if you think that you're going to tell me, oh, you need to be more like the liberals, my answer is no. No, I'm not going to listen to Alinsky's rules and act accordingly. There are certain pieces of them that I think we need to do, but not like other people are saying. So, for example, there's the hold people to their own standards thing. Look, if you can't manage your own standards, how on earth do you think other people can manage them? So we need to say to those people who are telling people, this is what we're going to do. You need to be doing that if you want to tell me that I need to. So those people out there who are playing the socialist game in terms of their talk and then living in $1 million houses or buying real estate portfolios or stock portfolios or going to $36,000 a person galas or whatever, these people, we need to point out the hypocrisy in what they're doing and hold them to the standard that they claim that they're holding the rest of the world to, or they claim that they want to hold the rest of the world to. It sounds good to a lot of folks. It does. But the reality is it's not. And if it was, those people who were holding it up as the standard and then living outside of it would, why would they do that? If it's so wonderful, why don't you live within the standard that you've generated? So again, politicians running around without masks, going places that they tell us we can't go, doing things that they tell us we can't do, and acting like it's no big deal, being caught on behind-the-scenes microphones by people like Project Veritas saying things like, yeah, the mask is just for show. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. We do need to get these people shown up for who they are. But the real thing that we need to do is show people, explain to people, get people to understand why it is that what we believe, what we do, and who we are is superior to what other people are doing, believing, and so forth. This is what we need to do. We need to get people to understand. I didn't start being who I was because I didn't see some superior reason to do it. I'm not trying to call other people out and say, nah, I'm better than you are. Because look, I try to be a good person. I'm not telling you I succeed all the time. And I'm not telling you that I feel that those people who are not even trying to be good people, that I feel like many of them really understand what they're doing. So how on earth can I possibly tell you that in my way of thinking, those people are horrible human beings? As Bongino says, and the thing about this is a Limbaugh'ism, okay? Rush Limbaugh used to say this. Limbaugh used to say, conservatives think liberals are people with bad ideas. Liberals think conservatives are bad people with ideas. That's what they try to do. That's what they try to say. And I need for you to understand that that is what's going on. You need to come to that understanding. You need to come to that recognition. So this is what I'm talking about today. This is what I'm on about and what I want for you to understand. First of all, we need to stand up and be in the public eye, in the public mind and in the public eye. Plain and simple, that's what we need to do. Having a little bit of a problem with my audio system. Trying to get that all straightened out at the moment. So that you'll see me doing a little bit of reaching. That's what's going on there. So, by the way, also, if you hear my son, you might hear him in the background enjoying his standard stuff that I'm having to do my videos later, as I said before, and it means that I don't get the opportunity to do things a lot when I would like to do that. But here's the thing. 1, we need to start stepping into the public square. 2, we need to espouse the benefits of what we believe. 3, we need to show the hypocrisy of those who are supposedly espousing things like communism and socialism. And finally, in my mind, we need to make it very clear that they're not living up to the rules they're setting the rest of the world to. This is what you need to be doing as far as I'm concerned. Get involved in that school board. Get involved dealing with those teachers. Get people to understand what is it they're missing and not understanding, and work to make the world a better place. Step into the public eye, but continue to espouse and live conservatism. This is what we need to do. All right, I need to go ahead and wrap up. This is the Daily Summation from Kurt's Religion and Politics. I'm your host. I'm Kurt, and today is Thursday, the 28th of October of 2021. That means tomorrow is going to be that first day of the weekend. And for, again, those who observe the Sabbath. It will be the beginning of the Sabbath on the evening tomorrow, and that'll be Friday the 29th of October of 2021. Thank you for everyone who's been here on Rumble, on the podcast, and on YouTube. There I am with welcome again. Welcome, as I say, that's a true thing as well. Remember that Rumble is my preferred platform. Remember that you can give me a boxing glove or a plus sign on Rumble as a positive feedback. You can give me a minus sign if you feel the need to give me a negative feedback there. You can also give me a thumbs up or a like on YouTube or a thumbs down or a dislike on YouTube if you want to give me negative feedback there. Remember that you can comment on any platform that you see the ability to do so, and I'll do everything within my power to pay attention to the comments that you put out there and try to decide what I need to do and say about those. The subject for today has been not emulating them, and tomorrow we're going to talk about an interesting subject that a lot of people think about, but I don't think they realize what they're putting out there, and that is King of the World. Tomorrow's subject is King of the World. Hope you're having a good day today. Hope everything is going well for you, and hopefully we will see you again on Friday's edition of the Daily Summation from Kurt's Religion and Politics. The speaker on this edition of the Daily Summation is Kurt Schubert. This video was recorded on Thursday, October 28th of 2021. The Daily Summation is created for Kurt's Religion and Politics. Thanks for watching this edition of the Daily Summation from Kurt's Religion and Politics. I hope you found it entertaining or instructional, or maybe both. If you want to see more from me, you can go to blogs.kpschubert.com. That's blogs.kpschubert.com. I am on Twitter, Parler, and Minds.com. My handle on each of those is @kpschubert. That's @kpschubert. I have a Rumble and a YouTube channel. They are the Kurt's Religion and Politics channels on Rumble and YouTube. I have a Facebook page. The Facebook page is Kurt's Religion and Politics as well. I am on Patreon. If you want to support me, that's one of the better places you can do that, and you will find me at Kurt's Religion and Politics on Patreon. I have a podcast. The podcast is podcasts with an S .kpschubert.com. That's podcasts.kpschubert.com. I think you should be able to find me with relative ease on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify as well. The best way I find to do that is to look for Kurt's Religion and Politics. You can try to use the Daily Summation. I find that it doesn't work as well as a general rule, but you can always try that. I'm glad to have you aboard today, and hopefully we will see you again tomorrow.